Okay, we're going on to the fourth item, the fourth area of board work. This may be the most important function that you perform over the course of your time. Hire a superintendent to provide leadership and to manage the district. Superintendents are hired through supervisory union boards. However, they are the chief executive officer for all of the boards, all of the district boards, and of the supervisory union itself. So this is a very important position. Obviously, they also are they're the folks that directly supervise the principals, and the teachers are obviously supervised directly by the principals. But your agent as a board member is the superintendent, and it's not unlike any other organization, whether it's the city council that hires the city manager, whether it's the board of directors of a nonprofit organization that hires the chief executive officer. There are many parallels, but you're the overseers, you're the folks that set the parameters, set the policies, set the budget, but the CEO is really responsible for the day-to-day operation. And so it is critical that a board have a great working relationship with a superintendent. Harry mentioned this concept a while ago, and I'm going to mention it again because it's so important. Especially in Vermont, where we have multiple local school districts that are being served by a single superintendent within a single supervisory union, it can be very difficult to for a board to have a sense of itself as a board, as opposed to, if you have 8 boards in your supervisory union, each board can be very independent and not be thinking of the world as a holistic place. But in order for a superintendent to effectively serve districts, it's really important that that supervisory union board have conversations about what's important, what are their priorities, what are you looking for in a superintendent, how are you going to assess, how are you going to evaluate the superintendent, and to do that together with the superintendent. Only then is it really possible for a superintendent to perform satisfactorily for the board. Because obviously the superintendent is expected to deliver quality education programs, lawful education programs, but it's important that the board be clear about what its expectations are, so it's possible both for the superintendent to perform and to be held accountable if things are really problematic. So here it is again. You'll see it: create a true board, a sense of common mission, etc. It's another one of my pitches about taking seriously the functioning of the supervisory union board. This relationship can be the key to success, and in my experience of talking with a number of boards, the keys are good communication, as is always the case. If something's not working, that there's good communication back and forth so that the person can better respond to the board's needs, or the board can better understand. Clear priority setting across all the boards, and the concept of regular evaluation. Evaluations can be tedious, and especially when there's like 40 people on a whole bunch of different boards evaluating one person. There are various ways that can get done and get done well, but because it can be a pain just logistically, some boards don't do it, but usually that comes back to haunt everybody because there's not a good, healthy vehicle to communicate the expectations of all those board members to a single person who's serving as your CEO, and there's not a good forum for a organized discussion of the issues and focusing on goal setting for the coming year. So we have yet another poll relative to superintendents. By the way, while we're bringing up the poll, I should just mention, I would ask you, if we were all in the same room together, what's your sense of the average duration of a superintendency in Vermont, and it is about 3 years, which is a challenge. And part of that is because we have a lot of work to do as boards in creating that mutual accountability picture that I just described. So the question is, has your school board established a culture of mutual accountability with the superintendent? And you may not know the answer to this question if you're brand new, but I'd be interested just to see what your reactions are. Oh, the question, somebody Somebody asked a question on the chat box. Should we be answering these questions based on what we're doing moving forward or where we have been in the past? And, you know, I'll let you make that decision. And I'm aware of some instances where people have really done some great things. I think you should probably answer the poll as you best understand it today. And I'll leave it at that and let you decide. So let's show the results of that one. So about half, exactly half, of the people said you think you do have a good culture of mutual accountability. 14% no, and the rest said not sure. And that's encouraging to me. I mean, it's always nice when you get to 100%, but this is a complicated business, and for those of you that are aware, it's really good thing that we're at 50%, but very important for you to all pay attention to.